One question which many people ask me is, should I invest in my children's name? Right? So first this question, and second, if I give so much money to my child will run away when the child controls the money. I think this is again very stupid. So let me give you reasons why you should invest in your child's name. Let us take a case where you have a 2-year-old child, or a 7-year-old child, or a 11-year-old child. So all three I will cover. So you take this 2-year-old child and start doing an SIP in either in a child fund, because it will still have a lot of equity and debt. It will be like a balance fund, or in a fund of your choice. It does not really matter. It does not have to have the word child in its name, right? So there are some fund houses who have it, some fund houses who don't have it. Let us say you are very comfortable with a balance advantage fund. I had to say this, right? It's the flavor of the season. Been the flavor of the season for a long time, but flavor of the season. Thank you, Naren. You've created sorry, I'm digressing. Create a SIP for your kid in your kid's name, and make sure that you get a quarterly statement print out, not just on the email. And when you get that statement, sit with your kid, show the kid what it is. Will the 2-year-old understand? No. Will the 3-year-old understand? Maybe no. Will the 4-year-old understand? Maybe no. Will the 7-year-old understand? Yes. They understand addition, right? They understand multiplication. They've just started, but they understand those things, right? So you show them that how you've been putting away 15,000 rupees a month or 20,000 rupees a month. So end of the year you should have had 2,40,000, but you actually have 2,44,000, or you have 2,48,000, or you have 2,80,000 in a good year, or 3 lakhs. Right? In a bad year, what has happened is you had your opening balance, but then you put 2,40,000, but it has become only 1,80,000 or 1,70,000. So the child realizes that in an equity fund, or even in a balance advantage fund, or whichever fund you've chosen, there is something called volatility. You explain volatility to them. You also explain compounding to them, saying, look, I put only so much. If we had put so much in your piggy bank, it would remain as it is, right? If you put 500 rupees per month in your piggy bank, end of the year it would be 6,000 rupees. But since we are putting 500 rupees per month in a equity mutual fund, or in a balance advantage fund, or some fund, that has become 6,500, 6,600. So that's the power of compounding, and this will help you grow, right? One more advantage it has is every quarter the child knows that there is some money lying in the child's account. So when the child makes some, let's say, an unreasonable demand, you think he or she already has it, and this happens only when the kid is 8, 9, 10 years old. The 3-year-old is throwing a tantrum, does not even care what is the cost of the thing or things like that. They just want something. So that's a completely different kind of a tantrum. When it's a financial thing and you say, look, I can't afford it, it's too expensive, but I'll do one thing, I'll take money from your fund, right? So your fund now, which has some 3,82,000 rupees, we will remove 1 lakh from that and buy this for you. And the kid is going to say, no, don't do that, it's my money, right? Remember, it's not his or her contribution, it is your contribution of your of the husband, and of the kid's mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, uncle, aunt, whoever gave money, you kept on putting into that, and that has grown to 3,82,000 or 4 lakhs, and the kid is only 8 years old or 9 years old, doesn't really understand too much about value of money, but knows that 3,82,000 is a big amount of money. Or you've told that kid, because of their quarterly showing of the statement, this is a big amount of money. It costs you 25 lakhs today if you get into IIM, and we got 3,82,000 for it. By the time you study, maybe it will be 75 lakhs, but this amount will grow, or something like that. You're telling them stories of why you're creating that money. When you create those stories, what you're doing is you're focusing the kid on the goal, and the kid realizes that, oh dad, last year the fund fell and this year the fund has gone up, so it's okay, in the long run it goes up, right? So you're teaching them long-term investing, you're teaching them, like I said, compounding. If you do a balance advantage fund, you're teaching them asset allocation, right? These are things which maybe you didn't know till you were 35, but your 8-year-old kid or a 9-year-old kid knows. So I now have friends whose kids talk to parents, very young kids, 8-year-old, 9-year-olds, who sit and talk to their parents about whether they should rent a house or buy a house, right? Believe it or not, that's what happens when you start talking to them in this language. They understand all this. They understand why you're buying, why you're renting. They understand why you're not upgrading your car. They understand what you're doing. They understand it very well. So involve them, teach them all this, and show that this money is being created for their own education. By the time the child is 18, 19, 20, let's say the child decides that he or she wants wants to do CA and does not need the money. That is the time when you introduce this concept of creating this family heirloom, saying, look, I will put money till you're 24, 25, and after that I will stop putting money, but you can carry it forward, right? This whole money you can carry it forward and use it for buying a house, buying a car, and in case you don't touch it, maybe at the age of 50 you go and tell your boss, I don't want to work from tomorrow because my father started a project which is now helping me retire. So it is your retirement fund, or you use it for your children's education, whatever it is. But that is there is no fixed purpose of why this fund was created, except that I thought I'll buy you a car or buy you a house or something, since you had other income coming and you did not use it. Now the whole thing is available for your retirement or for your marriage or something like that, right? So you keep accumulating, you teach them the need to save. What all have you taught them? You have taught him goal-based investing. You said, oh, this is the goal for which we are saving, and since we had other money for that goal, we did not have to touch it, and therefore and this money became available for some other goal, and that goal could be retirement, or it could be just wealth creation, or you could do whatever you want. Because of the N, that is the time spent, it has become a big amount. I put only 2 lakhs into it, but it has become 26 lakhs, or I put only X amount and it has become 20X, right? This is bound to happen as time goes by. As N keeps increasing, the A is less in the total. The amount that you put is less. Is the power of the compounding that is much higher, right? So this is what happens. So you're teaching all those things. Secondly, far more importantly, I mean, this is on the teaching side. Secondly, now there is taxation on equity funds, on debt funds, everything, right? Earlier equity was tax free. So what happens is, if you've accumulated money in the child's name at the age of 18, he's got say 1 crore accumulated there thanks to you, and you need to spend 1 crore on his or her education, that's a good place to draw from, because they will pay less taxes. First 1 lakh may be exempt, and then anyway long-term capital gains is 10%, but they may have no other income, so you may be able to withdraw slowly, whatever. So the advantage of having shifted money there, you can always shift that money into equities and direct equities, and therefore create dividend income, and up to 2.5 lakhs dividend income is tax free. So from 18 for the kid turning 18 till the kid is 25, when the kid starts earning serious amount of money, funding that kid for that period can be from dividends which come directly to the child, and it is tax free because the child's dividend income is now not 2.5 lakhs. Or if it is 2.5 lakhs or 3-4 lakhs, it pays a little bit of tax rather than you paying 42% tax, right? So from a tax planning point of view, it makes sense. From a teaching point of view, it makes sense. From teaching the child to be possessive about his money, it makes sense. What does it not make sense? Because somebody said, what happens if the kid runs away with the money? I don't know why you should. If you, let's say you have 5 crores or 10 crores of your own, and there is 50 lakhs here. Why will the kid say, oh, now I've got 50 lakhs, I will ignore the 10 crores? That's not going to happen, right? The kid is going to get much bigger amounts staying with you. He's going to stay in your house or things like that. And why will he run away with the money? Will he misuse the money? Chances are, depending on how you have brought him up, right? If you have, and you realize that this guy or this girl is not likely to listen, then when the kid is 15, 16, perfectly right for you to just change the holding pattern, right? You become instead of either or survivor, become a joint holder, right? As simple as that. And a joint holder, the money can't be removed with your signature, or not until you're dead. So you can protect your money. There are various ways in protecting your money, and depends on how you have brought up the child and how much the child has listened to you. But let's face it, the apple doesn't fall far away from the tree, right? So the kid is more likely to be like you rather than like somebody else. So don't worry about that portion. It makes sense from a teaching point of view, and now also from a taxation point of view, that you accumulate money in the child's name. I've done it, I have no regrets, but there are people who may have regrets. So for them, I'm assuring you, at 15, 16, 17, you can still change it. Become a joint holder, shift it, and make sure that he or she cannot withdraw the money without your signature. In case you need to bring that, I've never done anything like that, so I wouldn't be a good person to talk to you about that. My daughter is now 22, and she has complete control over her portfolio. She can do whatever she wants, but I'm not worried that she's going to misuse it. It does not worry me. It never worried me, and I'm more assured that she'll look after the money as well as I did, or maybe better. Thank you.